Mastering how you spend your time in the garden is the key to enjoying your garden. And if it feels like you're working too hard, then you may just give up. So you've got to find a balance that works for you. And so in this video, Sue shares some of the lessons that she learned over the course of the season. And a big one was discovering a rhythm that worked for her to make her growing feel a lot easier.
Hey, this is Sue. This is my garden. I took Stacy's class and learned so much. The first thing I learned that really impacted me a lot was to track my shadows, and I discovered how much shade I have in this garden in the winter and the colder times of the year. I'm in Southern California, so I have long growing seasons. But here in the summer, it's almost too hot. There's 3 beds here up against the house, and these were added because I had so much shade for certain parts of the year. So that was probably one of the most important things that I learned. And the second thing was kind of a planning thing, which was to schedule time every day to work in the garden, but keep it to 30 minutes so that I have a day when I work on the compost pile, a day when I do my harvesting, a day when I are weeding and so forth. And that's really made it manageable for me. Before then, it was long, big weekend projects that just were pretty overwhelming and almost didn't get done. The other thing I learned a lot about, or that really struck me, was the compost pile can be turned on a regular basis, like every week. And before, I would let it sit for 3 or 4 or 5 months, and then I would turn it, which really didn't get me very much compost. But I now realize how important compost is to the garden. So, for example, these 3 new beds I put in are filled mostly with compost, which is why they were so lush. They're a little on the getting old side here, but still lots and lots of stuff there. And this was my attempt at succession planting, so I have some of the same things in this bed as in this bed: carrots, beets, basil, different herbs, and so on. Less compost available for these long beds that have been around for a while, and they're doing okay, but not so great. I'm excited because this is the first year I've ever actually grown peppers, and I got a couple actual peppers there. I sort of feel like the plant should be bigger, but maybe that's in next year's planning. I'll do better with that. And for fun, I grew some watermelon and cantaloupes, and I actually, there's only 1 cantaloupe still out here, but I've had something like 20 cantaloupes, so I'm really very pleased with that. I have had quite a bit of success on a lot of fronts.